I also have not been paid several times. But you do this because you understand President Museveni. And then later you get paid. So he got in here and there, and then blah, 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 things happen. Fast forward, that issue had something to do with him having a group of artists, which they called regional artists. And then me, my system of working with the NRM on the campaigns, I stand in for established artists.
Big artists.
Big artists. Because big artists are big budgets. Because big artists have a lot to lose in the campaigns, in politics. You can't treat a big artist the way you would handle small artists. It's okay for small or regional artists to perform in regions. But it's not okay for an established brand like Jose Chameleon to be subjected to the troubles, the hate, the abuses, the everything. The brand goes down just to sing in Kampala or Buganda. It is logically stupid.
Yeah.
So there was an argument created because I think they thought I'm trying to take away the artists. But I had a list of about 12 artists only. And that's where Bebe stops. We had a meeting at the Secretariat and we were told, you know what, me, I always have a very big budget. So the Secretary General is like, Bebe, your budget is so high. I'm like, okay, I'll speak to the President directly about my budget. So there was a small budget for the regional artists.
Yeah.
So they were handed over. But the presentation of the fact, how Eddy presented it, his wording was fully excluding the big artists from existing at the campaigns. Yes.
For him, he wanted regional artists in every corner of Uganda to perform there.
Yes.
Excluding the big.
Which excludes the movement of the big artists. And once you tell Jose Chameleon or Bebe Cool that Mulindem performing in Uganda, to hell with your campaigns. For we are businessmen. Obalamu no manya to genda kola rale 15 million ton. Let's say bobalamu awononga kale it's worth the risk brand nenja kudayo nyimbira abantu good music nja kudayo nkole charity nyambe n'abantu netwenza mu subjecting to 20 gigs
abatakola
enseri okemuvume business wise it doesn't make any sense. So that's why I only represent those kuba savinga ku making sure nti nabo chebajemu. These are, bro, let me tell you, you guys don't have an idea who we are. We are movers. Those are kati sample je nabawaddeko mwagitegedde. Just bringing that ate kati just bana abavuka batujjayo anga tubula ne Joseph yakyusiza format ne bomutunule otunuzibwa ati because we wanted a friendly environment or ground to equalizing.
Yes.
Now it seems these guys are just jokers. Balowooza nti byetukola biri by mistake. So I went to the president and mzee sebo ba general baba tadde wabbali. What do you mean by general? And these are his words from his mouth. The president of the Republic of Uganda said, who is joking with my generals? Do you know what that means? He knows the men who held the gun when the gun was needed. Gun yategeeza ki gwe waliwo ng'obucupa bukaaba wano mwe mwaliwo wano nga tutandika okulaba. Do you know how I started this entertainment of the campaigns? President yabeeranga ne rallies 5 a day ate nga bonna abantu batandika kuyingira at 8 in the morning. Kati gwe imagining a rally yokusatu abantu abakola ki musana. They need entertainment kuba bezaawo biki kyatandika jokingly Iran wasn't being paid at that time. Campaign until when the president adopted it in the process. But I also convinced him that Mzee, to tell you budget here, because nothing entertainment fraternity, we be getting that as a job. About what the ntandikwa every 5 years. So, to cut the whole story short, I think it was just high. Ate mwali mwina mchino Bebe kuru abasude katibalese ba Eddy Kenzo. The NRM does not drop its people. I know that saying is there. And when I met the president, I was openly seated with Kusasira, Jose Chameleon, with the artist called Munama Saka. I asked him, Mzee, did you say that you don't have a budget for musicians? He said no. I told him, Mzee, how do your generals sit aside and you move on rallies without them? He said, who said that they sit on the side? Then I told him, Mzee, you know, this is what they say, this is what people say about the NRM, that it uses people after it Nebaba Sura. These are my words. So Mzee, it looks bad. But you know what to do? Nangamba, but I didn't know anything. I mean, we are talking about the President of the Republic of Uganda. Mamulimu campaign na ya chata mbuzachi. Uganda tainza kumanya these minor issues. Agendo kujane kurari. Atuka na baimbi bamaze dokola chi. Okuyimba. He can't know whether you were there or not. So he told me, so Moses, okay, to cut the whole story short, what do you need? Told him, Mzee, budget elevate. Manito ina cash. Na mfina yentono. I bring the generals in play. So that's why the musicians started from Soroti. Ngababa be syndicate eri ya regional artists eno munothi yonna. So I want you to know, actually era can clearing energy into for the NRM today. My fellow Ugandans, whether you're a minister, whether you're a rich person, whether you're an artist or not, it is not the character of the NRM to use people and drop them. This is the situation. Most of you people get picked by the NRM. Ngamuino mugaso. Oyingide nga Bebe kulu, oyina tuni, oyimba nnyo, goyina abantu. You start being comfortable because you're inside.
And you don't work.
Bebe kulu olumalanga abafani bajja baba kujjako. NRM noera biranti yakufuna lwakuboli nabaki abagoberezi. Gwe lwaki tolwana nnyo n'osigaza abagoberezi abo olabo ba NRM esokuvaako. This is applicable ne kuba ministers, ne kuba MPs, okay? You refuse to be productive. Then the NRM will see someone else who is more productive and bring them and replace you. Nebwabera gwe omukozi bw'aba tali productive oyo ng'omugjawo ng'oleeta omulala naawe weebuuze Bebe kuli yasobodde atya okusigala nga ali mu NRM ng'ali important ali productive. Bwekola concert bw'ofuna abantu 1,000 nange njikola nenfuna abantu 2,000. Because I don't let my fans down. I don't stop doing music and I don't stop being on top of the chart. Kati tusimbudde butaka lulukawedde. Kati tugende paka 2031 tulabani alina zihiti. Nze nasumuludde musango mulundi ki gumu. That is the formula. Nze njagala bafani bange basigalewo. So if the party wants me because I have a following, which is okay, parties, I believe every party would want to have people who have people. And that's why olaba Bobby when we agenda never funny be. Nange never funny banga abagira NRM naye asitandikira obayimbira bajja kumvaako bagende wa Crystal Panda. Kati akatala kadde kwani Crystal Panda Museveni anonye Crystal Panda. So it is just within laziness of people and comfort ebaletera okuva mu mbeera eyo ne baba nga tebakyali priority. So I hope I've explained it very easily for you to know that bwaba akuleta ngositula ejjinja ya kilo 5 nkwegalidde sigala ngositula ejjinja ya kilo 5 kasita osulamu kilo emu omwana omulala najja nga asula lya kilo 5 akuyitako.
So in brief, that is what happened.
Yeah, as simple as that. So the generals are still on top of the industry. Today tosobola kumala gakola oyogera otya ku music wa Uganda n'otayogera ku. You said it yourself.
Yeah.
Okay? And even proof be told, whose music is playing now on air?
Big side.
Big side.
Respect.
Oyisege? Mwe mwagala twogere muntankula
nakulese kwogera sagala nnyo kwogera bintu
ate yeewaana. No.
The sagala kwogera bintu muyimbi jala nnyo yeeyogerere. So your fans are hearing from you. That's why we ask you that. But in brief, you guys are good with Eddy, madam.
No, I don't have a problem. Yes, tetukwatagana because you know young people have a lot of people who are disrespectful in a way. But some of us are parents and you know we move certain pictures. I don't have a problem with him, but I don't cross those lines. First of all, we had started that federation, and I found that the federation, according to me, was not doing what I thought it should have done. But again, don't have a problem with that. That's why I left, and I didn't say anything.
Bebe talk on how you get a federation.
No, there is no problem.
No. So for
the federation, the Kankubuli. Before the federation, so many artists were not together. I don't think Shiba had been in any association.
Sure.
But this is a system of President Museveni. If you can get in a group somewhere, then you can get help from government. So that's why I said, together and they can get help from government. That's it for me. Kati gwomulala atayagala ebyo bwe mujeno fe tunonye abali organized bwe muganti muli organized. That's why Cindy yasigala ne association.
You know, for the musicians that are listening to us and watching us, it's kind of confusing. You have federation, you have UMA, and I was told you're among the people that initiated those.
There are mistakes. This one I'll tell you, there are mistakes, okay? Because sometimes you can work through mistakes because the world has gone and see a moving. Your issue is not the title of a group. Your issue is your musicians to be in a group so that you can reach them at a goal. But theoretically or structure-wise, it is supposed to be a federation is made of associations. A number of associations together make up a federation. So, meaning that there are supposed to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different associations. So, Eddy created a federation before creating associations, or before associations coming together. That's why Cindy was fighting. So later he had to go back and allow the regions to be in associations to form the federation.
That thing was confusing. Yes.
So for people like me, nina ebintu bingi nnyo byembeera ndaba ebisobola okugenda wrong. But even if I see wrong, I look for the good. Now my issue is I need government to be able to reach out to musicians, but it can't reach out to one musician. At least waba in a group never disorganized. You can stay batukako never organizing ampola up to when we get there.
But are you at one point impressed with whatever Eddy Kenzo is doing with the federation? Do you see there's something Chakoze right now?
Anti-kati already nkuwadde castigation here. By keeping them together, that's the starting point. Just yetaga ku organizing ye ng'omuntu ne federation ye. Paka lwena atuuka nebanga representing nga abayimbi bonna bali under that federation. Otherwise, everything is a journey.
Yeah.
Okujjako nti ebintu ebibeeramu essente bibeeramu nnyo issues. But I must remind you that when you receive government money, at a certain time X, you have to account.
Sure.
It may not be in President Museveni's time, but at a certain time X, because federation okozesa sente za government enozikozesa mu structures as expected.
So when the president gives you money,
just bokole ensobi
nozirya
osozirya n'otambula naye gwe kola ensobi emu mu maaso eyo bagawagayo yatu accounting
ako kabagezi bokka.
But it's not what I'm saying that would come, but okwewala ebyo byonna jukira nze nali finance minister mu federation. Okwewala ebyo nga ndaba tewaliwo structures ntuufu eziyinza okufulumya sente. That's why nawanika kubanga nze nali mmanyi nti tugenda kukola structures nga bwe zirina okukolebwa nga sente ne bwekuba requisition ne bwekuba kiki ne bwekuba kubanga nali mmanyi nti federation, the first principle is associations and representation from each of the association on the federation, and decisions must be made by the representation from the associations ku federation nga mukola decisions ezo. Kati bosoma government wekola then also kutegeera byenjogera. But unfortunately, of course, most of our young people, they don't know how government works. Yes.
We get you, man. Guys, we have so many questions for Big Size, very cool. So I think what we're going to do, we're going to get into a break. And we're going to come back. We have the issue of Jolly Motors.